Our next guest is joining us for the very first time. Please welcome, from mysddreamhome.com, Sean Zanganeh.
There he is. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Thank
you so much for having me on.
Appreciate it. I've been wanting to talk about Del Mar on the show for a long time.
I know, you've been telling me about it. I'm
Sean,
excited.
I'm ready to talk
you've
about
set
Del Mar.
the bar high.
So first of all, there's a lot going on in Del Mar. I mean, it's a hot place to be this summer with the fair, the concerts. Tell us all the stuff that's going on.
You know, Del Mar is it's an exciting place in the summer. There's just so much going on from pretty much the first week of June all the way through September. As many of you like or dislike, the fair just started up this week. So we have people coming from all over Southern California to come to San Diego County Fair. We also had, what's really exciting is we're a big equestrian town. So between polo, the races, there's a huge national and international draw to Del Mar when it comes to horse racing. We just had opening day of polo. So we have people bringing premier horses from all over the world. And it's really exciting to see them land here, right here in Del Mar, where you can be driving down Via del Valle and just kind of look to your left and see, you know, multi-million-dollar horses performing at their best.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Concerts are happening too. There's there's some concert that's going on that everyone's talking about.
So at the end of the summer, we kind of finish off the summer. Now we have summer concerts all the way through the Del Mar season at Powerhouse Park, so that thousands of people come down from the hills of Del Mar, and then we all enjoy music right down there in the park. But at the end of the year, there is kind of like the mini Coachella of San Diego. What's brewing is Kaboo, and that starts, I believe, in September, and it's a pretty action-packed weekend with some very talented people coming in, and it's really drawing a much greater presence to not just Del Mar but San Diego as a whole as a music scene outside of typical LA or maybe a San Francisco. So it's really upped the game in San Diego, but more specifically Del Mar. So it's a big draw for people coming in terms of, you know, staying for a weekend here. Business really enjoys it, and the restaurants and the local economy really absorbs up all the business that comes in.
So is all this action and this attention for Del Mar, I mean, is it good for the homeowners of Del Mar? Is it good for real estate values?
You know, Del Mar has always been a draw, and it's always been if you look at what the market has done in Del Mar, prices in Del Mar, you know, it's even a little bit of a discount to its neighboring La Jolla and Rancho Santa Fe. So you can get beachfront property for a lesser price than your brother in La Jolla down the street. And it's really a neat marketplace there. It's easy access, easy in and out, tons of stuff to do. And really the village kind of circulates around all the entertainment. So it's a really nice spot.
Okay, so you think that all the you know, the horses and the races and the fair and the concerts, you think that's a good thing for home values and home ownership in Del Mar?
You know, I really think it is. If you look at Del Mar, there are a lot of part-time owners who live in Del Mar. So a lot of times they're either traveling the country or the world or live in another part of the country during the off seasons. As Del Mar has been historically known as a summer rental town, due to the big draw of, you know, the horse racing and everything comes in, especially with the high-end luxury clientele. Someone will fly in, bring in their multi-million-dollar horse, or, you know, horse plural, and they'll want a place to stay and they'll want a place to crash for the summer, and they're okay paying top dollar, 10, 20, 50 plus $1,000 a month just to rent a beach property, and it's pretty consistent year over year.
That's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's that kind of marketplace, but I mean, like Del Mar, when I first came to San Diego, so almost 12 years ago, Del Mar was like, it was Del Mar. Like if you could live in Del Mar, and I live in Del Mar now.
Sure.
If you could live in Del Mar, that was just that was an amazing thing. You know,
Yeah.
It was very rare. It was super luxurious. I wonder now, is it becoming more, because we're starting to see some of these other coastal areas really boom, the Encinitas, Carlsbad, even Oceanside is nothing compared to Del Mar now, but these coastal areas are really blowing up. Is Del Mar sort of molding into being one of those coastal areas, or is it still sort of its own standalone luxury area?
Del Mar has historically proven to be a quiet beach town, and through all the ruckus that's gone on to the north and south with Encinitas areas and La Jolla really transforming over the last 20 years, Del Mar has kind of kept its integrity, and the residents of Del Mar really value and preserve that as much as possible. You'll see developers come in trying to add, new construction and value to the area. And you'll watch that, nope, Del Mar says we want Del Mar to be quiet and we want it to be what it is. It's cool.
It's really interesting because I've seen, I walk around a lot down there in Stratford Court and stuff where
Yeah.
there's a lot of ocean view homes.
Yeah.
And you see what they're doing is they're redeveloping single homes. There's like these single home redevelopments where they're buying a house, and I don't know if they tear it all the way down or if they just tear it down to the studs or what, but then they build up like a 2-story, just sick house. And there's a bunch of those, one single house developments going on over in Del Mar, and I imagine those price points they're taking those homes from being, maybe $1.2 million, $1.3 million to $3 or $4 million.
Every day we see it happen, and a lot of them, Del Mar isn't necessarily a big spec town. People want to build something that they preserve and live in, and a lot of them are a neighbor who will buy a house with just a little bit better view, add the value to it, and that's where they call home. So it's really interesting to see all the development go on there. Like any coastal town, things take time. So a lot of those projects, you'll see them take a year or two to come to development. But yeah, it's amazing to see all the new life that's coming into these detached homes right here along the coast.
Let's talk downside in Del Mar. Is there what's the downside to owning in Del Mar? Are there places to avoid, things that you should look out for if you're going to buy there?
It's pretty hard to put a downside when you're that close to the beach and having entertainment all around you. But there's a couple areas you might see as you cruise over Del Mar Heights Road there. The homes just neighboring that street, they've pretty much forever stayed at the same price. You'll see them turn over quite a bit because someone will move in there thinking, I got the Del Mar address, and then they'll realize, this wasn't the right spot for me. So probably in Del Mar, that's the only place that we see a challenged micro location.
Alongside Del Mar Heights Road.
Correct. Yeah, along Del Mar Heights Road is the only spot we see a challenged marketplace. But the rest of Del Mar, it's the average median sales price is right around $1.7 million in Del Mar. So you're dealing to a very high-end, tailored, educated consumer. However, if you want to get in cheap, that's the street of dream right there. That's kind of the, if you want to be close to the ocean, that's kind of where people will find themselves.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. On Del Mar Heights Road, if you have a house there, you're going to have an ocean view.
Absolutely.
And it's probably going to be pretty breathtaking. You're going to have a sick pad with a great ocean view. You're just going to have a hard time backing out.
Right.
Of the, because Del Mar Heights has turned into, it's like a
that's
highway,
the main
man.
thoroughfare, man. They come through there, and cars are cruising pretty fast coming down that hill because they pop over the hill in Del Mar Heights and they see the ocean on a sunny day, and they forget where they are. Mm-hmm. So it's you definitely see the traffic coming in and out of there, as that is the one of the main arteries going into downtown Del Mar. And I don't think that'll ever change. There's really no way to reconfigure the access there. So you continuously see those homes along that street are the only homes that are kind of pinned down to that price point. But as you see, you get a couple blocks away from Del Mar Heights, and they immediately flourish at a much higher price point.
Definitely. So if you are if you're looking to buy in Del Mar and get a deal, you may have to deal with Del Mar Heights Road.
This is true.
Outside of that, it's a lot of custom homes.
Mm-hmm.
The price points can get up pretty high, especially when you get down to like 26, 28 down there.
Sure.
Over by Dog Beach, the little volleyball area there. And it really seems like, the Del Martians, as we call them.
Yep.
I guess I am one of them.
Right, there you go.
The Del Martians are really serious about keeping everything in Del Mar very cool.
Yeah.
They're not going to let anything wild and crazy happen. So I think it's a very stable area.
It is.
I think the only thing to really, in my opinion, what I've seen to avoid is the Del Mar Heights Road, unless you really know what you're getting into and
Sure.
you're cool with the traffic.
Sure.
That's the one sort of area that's a little questionable. But there's a big topic that's floating around amongst the Del Martians right now about vacation rentals.
Very hot topic.
Because that is, and I think vacation rentals and the opportunity to buy a home, a coastal home, and make it a vacation rental is partly what has propagated the coastal prices to be so high, because
Absolutely.
It makes things pencil at a higher price. And it's a big thing in Del Mar. Del Martians don't like it.
Right.
They don't like the transients.
They're fighting it right now.
They fight it, dude, and they are tough.
As a San Diego city, Del Mar has been doing this for years. Since the Bing Crosby days. They would come in, rent these houses along the beach, and throw big wild parties after the racetrack season, after a big race, and it's been happening like that for years. This is nothing new. Well, what's happened is now it's just easier to find them with Airbnb, with VRBO, and people putting their houses there. It's just much easier to find them. But I'll tell you, I've worked in Del Mar for a number of years now, and every day we have someone come in off the street going, "Do you guys have any short-term rentals? So the demand is definitely there, and you have people, like I said, $10, $20, $30, $50,000 a month renting their homes. Well, they use that to go travel, to go do other things, and to visit other cities. So you'll notice a lot of times you'll have very high-end clients who will come into town because they're paying top dollar for a beach city to rent a home in, and it's mutually beneficial. The owners are winning, the tenants are winning because they're finding a place they can entertain. Because when they come here, the difference with a hotel stay, they can entertain at this house. When you're bringing a multi-million-dollar horse for the summer to race the horse here, you want to be able to bring people over and entertain. That's part of the panache of having that here in Del Mar. So that's what kind of makes it special. You don't have that really in any other town, and it doesn't have the glitz and glam that Del Mar does. It's a very glitz and glam type attitude throughout the summer because of all the influx of high net worth individuals who come into town.
And do you think if the Del Martians are successful in knocking this vacation rental thing down, do you think that'll hurt Del Mar real estate prices?
I think it's a long road for them to be successful with that because you have a lot of individual owners who do capitalize off of this. But I think it'd be interesting to see where that goes. I think you'll start to see a whole new birth of maybe a hidden Airbnb or something where people don't know about it. I think it's going to birth something different. We don't know what that is. So I think it will definitely be a game changer for Del Mar if that does go away, though. I think that's something to keep in mind, and
keep an eye on it.
Yeah, that'll be good news or bad news for the future.
Sean, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Great stuff.
Thank you.
And stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.